and welcome to Crickpedia, and there's a lot to talk about. In fact, two very important topics to talk about, and one of them being a blockbuster topic. Let's see what's on the show today. All about IPL Phase 2, women in whites earlier than expected, and the M Factor question. BCCI has declared the resumption of the IPL. IPL 2021 was stopped midway because of all those horrible COVID stories that came out of the league, with COVID entering the Delhi and the Ahmedabad leg. But now it's resuming. The phase 2 of the IPL is back, and BCCI has said that they're going to try to conduct it before the World T20 around September 18th, 19th to October 10th to 12th. If you've seen my earlier videos, you will notice one of those videos I had said that the IPL should be conducted before the World T20 because there's a lot of players that are going to be available. Now, we had also decided where the venue should be. It should be England or should it be UAE. My personal choice was England, but I think there has been a few tiffs between ECB and BCCI in the last few days, with England not wanting their players to be available for the IPL because they have international commitments. It's Pakistan and Bangladesh series, they have those commitments. That's why the BCCI has finally decided that the phase 2 of the IPL is going to be conducted in UAE. Now, it was conducted superbly last season. Entire season was in UAE and no problems occurred. So we expect that phase 2 will happen perfectly when it comes to health and safety. Now what about when it comes to player availability? English players are not going to feature in phase 2 of IPL. And there are so many English players from Rajasthan Royals. You will be missing the services of Ben Stokes, Joss Butler, Jofra Archer, Liam Livingstone. Fantastic players. The entire team of Rajasthan will be in trouble. Hopefully they'll find replacements, but as of now Rajasthan look to be in deep trouble. What about the other team which is in deep trouble? That's the Delhi side. 3 English players. You won't have the services of Sam Billings. You won't have the services of Chris Wokes. And you won't have the services of Tom Curran. But to be honest, Delhi Capitals is a very well equipped side. I don't think the missing of those English players will affect them too much because they have a lot of resources to cover up. What about the Chennai Super Kings side? They have 2 main English players that they're going to miss out. One, Sam Curran, and the other is Moeen Ali. So these 2 are going to be very crucial for their side, and they're going to not be playing in the phase 2 of this IPL. So what do they look for? They will have to find some of the other replacement. It's going to be tough, but I feel the kind of mastermind MS Dhoni has, he'll look out and he'll try to get good replacements, and till he gets those replacements, he'll try to figure out and make a perfect kind of an 11 from the resources he has. What about the Sunrisers Hyderabad? They are missing the services of Johnny Bairstow, Jason Roy. Jason Roy didn't make the 11 initially, and I doubted if he would ever make that 11. But Johnny Bairstow has been scoring runs everywhere. He was so in form that they had to drop David Warner and had to keep Johnny Bairstow. They had to drop their captain because Johnny Bairstow was playing so well that you couldn't drop him. Now Johnny Bairstow won't be there. That just says that all the Hyderabadi fans will see their old captain come back into the side, David Warner. Maybe not as captain because the captaincy baton has been transferred to Kane Williamson, but certainly as player, you will see David Warner back. I don't think they'll be much affected, but yeah, missing Johnny Bairstow from that side, it's going to be tough. What about the Punjab Kings? 2 big players, Chris Jordan and the world number 1 T20 batsman David Malan. One is an all-rounder and one is a world number 1 batsman. Both won't be there. Punjab Kings are already falling off the cliff. They will want their big players in the name of Chris Gale and Nicholas Pooran, all the other foreign players to stand up and fill these replacement spots. What about Kolkata Knight Riders? Your English captain, your Kolkata Knight Riders captain, Owen Morgan, won't be there. Kolkata Knight Riders are already in a lot of trouble. They were trying to lift their side again. But when you don't have a captain for phase 2, it's going to be tough, and Owen Morgan won't take part in the phase 2, and it's going to be a big blow for the KKR side. The 2 teams that are not going to be affected at all are the Mumbai Indians and the Royal Challengers Bangalore. They don't have any prominent English player. That's why they'll be at ease. But the other 6 sides, they'll have to revamp and reschedule and redo everything so that without English players, they can make a mark in phase 2. Now, there's one more player, a big player who has just confirmed and told his Sydney media that he is not going to take part in phase 2 of the IPL, Patrick Cummins. Already KKR will be mourning the loss of Owen Morgan, and on top of that you don't have Pat Cummins. Very expensive player, very valuable player to be honest, because the way he batted also against Chennai Super Kings, we know the kind of bowler Pat Cummins is brilliant. The way he batted against Chennai Super Kings just shows how good a player he is, and if he is not available for phase 2, KKR will really have to redo everything, rework everything, and be as prompt as they can be to just revamp the whole setup. And Brendan McCullum, their coach, needs to really check stuff fast. In short, IPL is resuming, but the kind of players that you want aren't coming. Will that make the IPL more competitive? To be honest, it will, because it will show the class of all youngsters who are trying to showcase their talent on the big stage. They will be able to stay tuned for the IPL. It's going to be a blockbuster of a tournament, and you may see a few unexpected winners. With all the news that followed women's test cricket in India, the news that we had and we brought to you was that they are going to play their first test match after 6 to 7 years against Australia this September. But now it's come up that they are going to play their first test match again after 6 to 7 years only. That big gap is still there. But right now, 16th of June against England, and our women's team is all set to go to England and beat England in England. That's going to be a massive victory. They obviously have that September test against Australia, which is going to be their first pink ball test. But let's talk about that. We'll talk about that later when time comes. But right now against England, it's going to be brilliant. We did talk about the players we have. We have a brilliant captain in Mithali Raj, fantastic batsman in Smriti Mandhana, Jhulan Goswami, our prime fast bowler, and a very well equipped all-rounder in Harmanpreet Kaur. We'll now focus on the English side. Heather Knight, superb captain. Vice captain, Anya Shrubsole, fantastic fast bowler. You have Catherine Brunt, another superb fast bowler. And then you have Skiver, one of their main wicket keepers. So pretty strong, and they're very experienced as well when it comes to test cricket. Way more experienced than the Indian side. So that's why if India manage to beat England, you don't want to miss the scenes. It's going to be a brilliant test match. It's going to start on the 16th of June, and I urge all of you to stay tuned and watch our Indian women possibly create history.
Now, last week's M Factor question: how many runs did Jayawardene score when Sri Lanka scored 952 for 6? And we do have a winner. It's Vidhu Neve again 2 times in a row, 66 of 105. Well done, Vidhu. Now, today's M Factor question: how many matches did Stokes play in IPL 2021? Whom did he play his last match against? Do comment below. If you like this cricketing fun, do like, share and comment. And do subscribe Crickpedia to know about my further videos. Thank you.